Now you get back on the right track going down the stretch.
And so the Jets back in the win column at 7-3. We got plenty more to show you. Week 11 of NFL Primetime. Don't want to go anywhere because Drew Henson had a chance for Dallas, albeit late against Baltimore. How did that go? Well, there's a preview. And speaking of guys passing Tony Dorsett in milestones, Jerome Bettis, the bus, just pulling into the passing lane. Although the Bengals made it rough on Big Ben.
Inside the Numbers, brought to you by Visa, proud sponsor of the NFL. Get ready for the game. NFL on ESPN, and the hits just keep on coming. The legend of Brett Favre continues to grow. The Packers are riding a 4-game win streak when they head to the Lone Star State to tackle the Houston Texans. Packers, Texans, live tonight. Then the Super Bowl champion New England Patriots take their 8-1 record into Arrowhead to face the big-time offense of the Kansas City Chiefs. Packers, Texans, live tonight. Patriots, Chiefs, live Monday on ESPN.
David Carr going to be mic'd up tonight, Sunday Night Football. We got a good game. Houston at home against the winners of 4 in a row, the Green Bay Packers, bottom of the hour. Seattle Seahawks begin 3 straight home games against the Miami Dolphins and the Dolphins on the road. They stayed at the Bates Motel. Hopefully Janet Lee, Jim Bates is their new head coach, at least for the rest of this year. And the new quarterback today for Seattle, Trent Dilfer. And there's their new wide receiver, Jerry Rice. Career touchdown catch, 195, total 206. Early on, A.J. Feely pressured Antonio Cochran. Picks it off. Feely helped off the field. Jay Fiedler in briefly, but Feely playing back in the Pacific Northwest, where he played in Pac-10. He hangs in and he throws to Chris Chambers. And look at this play by Chambers. And the Dolphins down 17-7. They've won only once all year. They are game. And Feely, you can just feel the pain, down 17-14. But then, Feely, gimping, almost like John Wayne. 25 yards to Darius Thompson. I mean, the pain is just so much. And then, Olindo Mare with 2:20 to go. Ties the game at 17. Are you kidding me? Jim Bates, A.J. Feely, and the Dolphins are going to go into Seattle and win. Minute 5 to go. It's Michael Boulware. He could go all the way. Touchdown. And then Feely picked at the end in one last gasp. He was game, going back up like we said. He'd won there as a Kegel. He'd played in the area, playing in the Pac-10. But Seattle looked like Miami wanted it more. I got to say it. But Seattle won the game 24-17.
Give Feely a lot of credit for going out there and playing hurt. And what a tremendous loss. I know you don't speculate, but what a tremendous loss this would have been for the Seahawks. And they need to play with a bit more enthusiasm throughout games.
And Trent looked a little rusty, but it was good to see Jerry Rice in the end zone. Meanwhile, Drew Bledsoe, Buffalo Bills, beaten badly last Sunday night at New England. And Bledsoe has a new target. It's his tight end, Mark Campbell. Against the St. Louis Rams at home, it's 19-yard touchdown. Bledsoe to Campbell 3 times today. Handoff to Willis McGahee. Tricky Bills. Back to Bledsoe. To Sam Aiken. Puts an Aiken on the Rams. Flea Flicker, 54 yards, sets up a Ryan Lindell field goal. 17-0 at the half. And then third quarter, Bills special teams. They really have been outstanding all year. Sean personal Landetta will punt. Jonathan Smith wears F. Smith on his jersey because he wants to be called Fred Smith. Look at the moves. 53 yards down to the 5. Sets up a Buffalo touchdown. They have the lead 24-17. Later third, Landetta putting. Nate Clements, the starting corner. Pretty good kick. Clements at his own 14. Whoop! Then up the far sideline, gets a block, and I don't think Landetta's going to catch him here. He could go all the way. Bills special teams. 86 yards, 31-17 Bills. From there, Takeo Spikes. Watch 2 strange interceptions here, Tom.
Yeah, Takeo Spikes is going to get the arm tip right there, ball deflected in the air. He also is the guy who brings the ball down.
Now remember that and watch the Bills play more defense. Marshall Falk, Aaron Schobel. Falk, 6 yards on 13 carries. And watch the keg. Sam Adams, doink, bats it, doink, and Sam gets it. Beer for everybody. Sam Adams, the big guy in the middle. And so the Buffalo Bills hammer the Rams 37-17. They're up, they're down, they're up, they're down. St. Louis Rams are down today. 6 sacks for the Bills, 3 interceptions, a fumble against Bolger. So Buffalo with a huge win, St. Louis with a head scratch.
And 2 things strike me about this game. Number 1, you couldn't get pressure on Drew Bledsoe. You leave him standing, he's going to pick you apart. Sacked only 1 time today. Rams special teams, a problem for them throughout every year the last 3 or 4 years because of their final roster. Don't keep enough linebackers, people who can play special teams.
And the Rams are now 1 behind Seattle in the NFC West, even though they beat them twice. Cowboys, Ravens. Cowboys off their Monday night downer against Philadelphia. Speaking of downer, Jamal Lewis, 2nd carry of the game. And left ankle injured. He stayed on the sideline, 2nd half in Jersey, but did not return. A low score and 3-0 Dallas lead at the half. Now, 3rd quarter, everything changed. Bowler to Darnell Dinkins. There's the dink, and here's the dunk. And so Kyle Goose move. It's 7-3 Ravens. Then, next possession, 1st and 10, Testaverde. Oh, boy. And you know who's back there. It's Ed Reed. Every game he makes a big play. And Bill, I would call this seared ahi.
Yeah, he's certainly unhappy with the play of the quarterback, Vinny Testaverde, at that point.
And, Tom, here's Kyle Bowler to Kevin Johnson. Flag, it's against Dallas. He's wide open. Touchdown, 14-3, Baltimore. Then, Vinny, back to pass. Hanging Chad Williams. Gone. 44 yards, 24-3 Ravens. Vinny shaken up on the play, and now it's the youngster Drew Henson in. How would he do in his first play in the end? There's so much excitement. You've dreamt about it all your life. I'm in the NFL. I get my first snap, and here's my first play from scrimmage. I don't think he dreamt this. Boom! Ball loose. Marcus Douglas makes the hit. Terrell Suggs falls on it at the 1, setting up a Chester Taylor touchdown. Next possession. A little better at the other one. Henson to Jeff Robinson. So a glimmer of hope there, but a huge 2nd half Baltimore. I got to say this. Now, Brian Billick and the Ravens have done a pretty darn good job. They've won 5 of 6. The team is 7-3. Remember, they're the only team to beat Pittsburgh, and they sit on Dallas 30-10. And 3 straight games without interception for Bowler, and another head scratch.
They're going to get some people back, and they're going to get some people healthy, and I think that Kyle Bowler is starting to gain some confidence. This is the thing maybe that Coach Fossil, who's working with the quarterbacks, maybe this is what he was looking for him to begin to get some confidence.
I know injury is going to play, but remember Dallas plays Chicago on Thanksgiving. We'll see how Vinny is, and on a short week, does Henson get a start? Maybe due to injury he has to, but we shall see as we move ahead on the very short week. Meanwhile, the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, is there anything Ben Roethlisberger can't do? He's won his 7 starts as a pro. He's won his last 13 starts when he was in college at Miami of Ohio. Do the math. That's 20 straight wins starting as quarterback. Today, the Steelers down the road in Cincinnati to play the Bengals. And here we go with our prime cut. Miami of Ohio, not that far from Cincy. And how about the bus, huh? Jerome Bettis. Now 3 straight games starting with Deuce Staley out again. Needs 6 yards to pass Tony Dorsett. Tony Dorsett began the day in 5th place, and he ends the day in 7th.
Passed by 2 guys the same day.
Martin and Bettis, the bus with 11 yards there. He now has 12,863. But the Bengals brought the heat on Big Ben. That's Dwayne Clemens and Landon Johnson. Here's Clemens again, Tom.
Yeah, this front 4 put a lot of heat on. They did a great job, again, of pinning him in the pocket, not letting him find the exit lanes. They're the first team really to be able to do this to him.
They sacked him 7 times. Meanwhile, Carson Palmer. How about this catch? Chad Johnson, 36 yards. You know you're going to see that in the end zone. 7-3, the Bengals, who were ready, and Bill Cowher knew that Cincy would be a big-time test. Hines Ward drilled by Keywan Ratliff. Plexico Burris hurts a hammy on the same play. Boy, the 2 wideouts get plunked on the same play. Plexico didn't return. Palmer, though, picked off by James Farrier. Once again, Steeler defense coming through with a score, and it's 10-7 Pittsburgh. Next drive, Palmer TJ, you say Hushman Zeta, I say Hushman Zata. And we say 20-yard completion. Palmer to Kelly Washington. He's a good receiver.
Yeah, Kelly Washington's a good receiver. He's got really good size. You can see how big he is right there. And if they have guys who have to come to the forefront in this receiving core, he's going to be one of them.
So Palmer 4 for 4 on the drive after the interception. Roethlisberger. How about this ad-lib to Jeremy Tooman? Roethlisberger playing under control even though he's been sacked 7 times, 26 yards. Then 2 plays later to Dan Kreider, the fullback from New Hampshire. Touchdown, 17-14 Pittsburgh. Under 3 minutes to play, as they did the first game, the Bengals hanging in until pressure. Palmer, oh no, I better back, and that's just grounding, and you're in the end zone, and that means a safety. And so, a very interesting 2 points, takes it from 17-14 to 19-14, and Pittsburgh, Ben Roethlisberger struggled, but they win. He's 8-0 as a pro starter. They win by the count of 19-14. Pittsburgh Steelers once again, time of possession, 39 minutes. The Bengals 21. I mean, every way, 39-21.
Yeah.
Even though Ben,
40, 41, 42.
Even though Roethlisberger saw some things, didn't he?
Well, I think that we knew at some point he was going to struggle, but this is the kind of game that if you're a Steeler, if you're Coach Cowher, you're just glad to get out of here with the win when he didn't play so well. Got a lot of pressure all day. Ben Roethlisberger, 15-21, 138 yards, but 54 yards on the 7 sacks that he suffered. So as you watch this, you see he's looking for the exit lanes out of the pocket. He's being chased down by the Bengals, and I think for the Bengals, they will look at the fact that their defense got better. Did some things well. Dan Kreider, the fullback, comes in motion. He's going to go on a flat route. The receiver at the top of the screen going to run people off. He gets to the flat. This is pretty much a perfect throw. Brian Simmons in coverage, and you see him get in. And I think the next play really exemplifies the Steelers. A play you wouldn't notice, really, Jerome Bettis is going to miss his block on a blitzer. You've got the quarterback, Roethlisberger, looking left, but he feels the pressure. You've got now the bus gets up. Give me a place to throw the football. Yes, it goes for a short game, but I think when you look at that play, what you really see is what makes this team so great. We are working as hard as we can to help the next guy. Big Ben, yeah, I missed the block, but I'm back up. I'm going to help you make a play and make something positive out of it.
So Pittsburgh 9-1. They did that in '78 when they won their 3rd Super Bowl. And how about this? Bettis, 3 starts, 381 yards rushing, and he's now 5th all-time in rushing. But Tony Dorsett from 5 to 7. I mean, that's
in a day.
That's a time.
In a day. Tough day.
He didn't do anything wrong. So the Pittsburgh Steelers keep on trucking. 2 road wins at Cleveland and in Cincinnati after those 2 big beating of the undefeated teams. When we return, can San Diego off a bye keep it going? Drew Brees has been hot. And would Eli Manning star in his first start for the G-Men? They were playing 7-2 Hotlanta. Visa Skycam brings you the look at Brett Favre and the Packers. Can they win 5 in a row? They're at Houston, the bottom of the hour on Sunday Night Football. There have been many surprises this year, but maybe the top of the list, the San Diego Superchargers. The Chargers begin the day tied with Denver for first in the AFC West at 6-3. They're at Oakland, who they drilled 3 weeks ago. Antonio Gates, there's no stopping this guy.
Every game, red zone, he's going to throw the Gage.
So 6th that the Chargers missed the PAT. Then Drew Brees says, I'll take it myself. Summer breeze, make me feel fine. 6-yard touchdown, 13-0. Lightning bolts. The Raiders scored to make it 13-7 third quarter. Kerry Collins to Jerry Porter. And here's, remember Randall Godfrey's played for years in Seattle? Oh! What a big hit for Godfrey. And Ben Fat Lieber picks up the loose ball. So San Diego's defense, Godfrey, Lieber, they've been unsung heroes this year.
You know, rule right there, don't ever cut back inside of the field and start working your way back toward the line of scrimmage.
Kading with a field goal, 16-7, but then here come the Raiders. Collins to Teo Johnson. Deo. It's 16-14. But LaDainian Tomlinson, he's still playing hurt. You can see him gimp at the end, but he single-handedly crushed the Raiders in his career, 23-14. Collins, Doug Gabriel, here come the Raiders, 8 minutes to go, but flag on the play. illegal block Oakland, and it's Robert Gallery, their number 2 pick overall. And call for an illegal block on Sean Phillips. He's got a heck of a Norv calling that, says Norv Turner. And the San Diego Chargers are now 7-3. Marty Schottenheimer, boy, he loves beating the Raiders. 23-7 against him. LaDainian Tomlinson, 37 carries for 164 yards, and Gates 8 for 101. These two guys and Breeze have been the stars.
Yeah, a tight end who I can go to all the time, especially down in the red zone. LaDainian Tomlinson carrying the load in the running game and making Drew Brees only complete 18 passes in order to win a football game. And that's been Marty's plan all along throughout his entire coaching life.
So there's 7-3. Denver is at New Orleans. Ruben drones. He keeps droning on and on. He drones on and on. But the good news is he runs for the Broncos, and that drone is a 51-yard run for a touchdown. 7-0 in New Orleans before they can even stir the second Bloody Mary on Bourbon Street. Jake Plummer, Ashley Lay, 37-yard touchdown. 14-0 Denver. Now, take a few Advil. It's 20. Aaron Brooks, are you kidding me? That's his second worst play this year. The pass at San Diego was more ridiculous. But this is a touchdown to Al Wilson. Does this sum up the Saints or what?
It does. It does.
27-3. Brooke, watch Champ Bailey. Are you kidding me? Originally, they said out of bounds, but take another look and tell me what kind of athlete he is.
Yeah, the athleticism, and watch the footwork. The tap in with the left foot. He taps down the right foot. Yeah, I'm not surprised the officials thought he was out of bounds. But you see Champ right there, maybe the most athletic corner in the game.
Oh, by the way, at corner, he had 13 tackles today, too, Tom. And the Broncos, along with San Diego, who play in 2 weeks at San Diego, beat the Saints 34-13, despite the fact that Brooks 34-60, 377. You saw the pass. You can't do that.
Can't do it.
And Denver's
and it happens far too often.
And so the Saints had a chance at 500, but not today. When we return, Eli Manning, Giants, Jeremy Shockey, would he be more involved? They were happy there, but, you know, Atlanta's not 7-2 by accident. What would they bring on? And Terrell Owens, Eagles against their rival from down the road, Washington, renewed acquaintances, if you will.
.59 lead. Miller with the steal. Martin ripping by Rasheed Wallace.
Nice kick. Wow, this will take McQuarters all the way back to the 25-yard line. That's one block. Gets away from another.
Got the wall.
McQuarters has got a lane. One man to beat. R.W. McQuarters to the 20, inside the 15, 10. Touchdown, Bears.
Terrell Owens being physical is also a part of it.
And that pass is caught by Owens. It was a low throw. He breaks away. He's inside the 10, and he will score. Halfway through the second quarter, second down and 1. McNabb stepping away from the pressure. Launching one deep downfield. One-on-one, and that one's taken by Todd Pinkston for the touchdown.
No equipment needed. Only your hands and your heart. And according to the outcome, you will live 3 minutes of hell. Or 3 minutes of glory. Friday Night Fights on ESPN. The UEFA Champions League continues on ESPN for Match Day 5 with the top prize of European football, the quest for the great clubs of Europe. Tuesday, live from Old Trafford, the top 2 clubs of Group D battle it out when Manchester United takes on Lyon. On to Spain, where Real Madrid can take over the lead in their group with a key matchup against Leverkusen. Then surging Juventus is home in Turin to battle the pride of Amsterdam, Ajax. The UEFA Champions League on ESPN.
Each week, ESPN has your ticket for the best in sports. Mondays, fulfill your need for speed as we bring you the best in two-wheel, open-wheel, and off-road racing. Thursdays are action sports days with the wildest moments of X Games and beyond. And remember, ESPN ESPN is always your home for the great outdoors with hunting, lumberjacking, and some of the biggest fish you've ever seen. The best in sports each week, only on ESPN.
Welcome back to NFL Primetime, presented by Miller Lite.
And now to the top teams in the NFC. That would be Philadelphia at 8-1, hosting Washington. Donovan McNabb and the Eagles at home. Washington 7-3, and then McNabb hit by Donovan trying to duplicate that Monday night scramble, which he did for a while, and then moves up, and Jermaine Haley, look out, how does he? Oh, no, he doesn't. It's a fumble. Haley recovers, leads to a field goal, 7-6 at the half. 3rd and 2, third quarter. Brian Westbrook catches a 6-yarder, first down and a flag. Because Sean Taylor, what are you doing? Hitting T.O. late, 15 more yards. So now 3rd and 5. McNabb, Terrell Owens, and 10-yard touchdown, 80-yard drive. 14. I thought he'd do something towelish. 14-6 Eagles. And now, 1st and goal at the 10. False start, Ray Brown. So Washington has a chance to get right back and maybe tie the game. 1st and goal from the 50. Member Patrick Ramsey starting at quarterback. Holding Chris Samuels. And then 1st and goal from the 25. Incomplete to Clinton Portis. 2nd and goal from the 25. Portis drops the screen. 3rd and goal from the 20. False start, Samuel.
Jeez.
3rd and goal from the 30. And then Rod Gardner drops it. So now we're going to try a 48-yard field goal. Ola Kimren naturally misses right.
One of the miserable sequences of the year.
Well, Joe agrees with you, by the way, Tom. Points in the red zone. Eagles do it. Here they are at the 1. Twice, Donovan McNabb went to Brian Westbrook. He had 4 touchdown passes on this day, throwing for just 222. And the Philadelphia Eagles, with a big second half and a big smile from their QB, beat the Redskins 28-6. They run their mark to 9-1. I think we should remark that as New England did after their loss to Pittsburgh, flattening 2 opponents, Philadelphia has flattened 2 as well.
Yeah, and best news for Philadelphia, Donovan McNabb, T.O., they're going to play and do their thing, but I thought that Brian Westbrook today started to look like Brian Westbrook. You know, the guy rushing, receiving, get down around the goal line. I'm the guy who can get it in. You know, you get Brian Westbrook playing well, he's quite a weapon.
Another comment, too. Portis held to 37 yards. The changes Andy Reid made, Trotter in the middle.
That's right.
The Speaker of the House, Sam Rayburn, playing up front. They're doing a better job against the run.
That's right. That's right.
And they're 9-1, Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, while the Eagles doing that, up the road a piece, the team with the second best record in the NFC would be the Atlanta Falcons at 7-2 going in, playing the Giants. But not just any day. The heralded debut of Eli Manning as Tom Coughlin in our next Prime Cut decided that it was time that Kurt Warner's play helped them get to 5-4, which is more than they could have asked for. Really big picture. But now it's time for the kid. And so how would he do? Well, hello, Patrick Kearney, sacked him. But that's the only one. And Atlanta's been a sack machine this year, so they cut down on sacks, Tom, number 1. Michael Vick, every time you looked up, run, Michael, run. Look, and the guys are down there blocking for him. There's 4 guys.
Well, I think some of this was planned as well. He started the game with the idea of, I'm going to make the defensive front respect the fact that I can run down the football field, and then it'll give me more time to throw.
And then, so Vick in pocket this time, fires it to Algie Crumpler. And 2 touchdowns from Victor Crumpler in this game. That right there was 7-0. This, a pick by Jason Webster, the one-time 49er. Eli picked off there, 1 of 2, and it's 14-0 Falcons at the half. Can Manning mount a challenge? He scrambles, buys some time. Where's Tiki? There he is, 10 yards, first down. Then, 3rd down play, Manning moving forward in the pocket. He looked off into Shockey. You know, the Giants dropped about a half a dozen balls today. Meanwhile, Manning to Shockey, touchdown. There it is, his first NFL touchdown pass. Congrats, 14-7, we have a game. He fakes throwing, keep the ball young side, why not? So, 14-7, Brady Smith, the defensive lineman, dropped back in coverage. But the return, called back on the interception due to penalties. Then Vick with the keeper, comes up short of the first down, and with the score 14-10 late fourth, the Falcons forced the punt. Manning, 2-minute drill, can it happen? Tiki, that's the Shockey. Next play, Manning. Inside handoff to Tiki Barber, 13 yards, first down. Then Eli, pass batted down at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. You see the clock a minute 11. That ball incomplete, intended for Shockey. Eli, 3rd and 10. That'll be 7 yards to Ike Hilliard. 4th and 3. The crowd in a frenzy. Broken up on the pass to Shockey. Manning, the Giants, game. And that's a nice scene right
Absolutely.
there. Michael Vick and the Falcons go to 8-2. The Giants fall to 5-5 in Eli's debut. 14-10. The Falcons win it as Vick runs for over 100 yards for the 3rd time this year at 104. But after the game, Eli Manning, the one that, how did it go, young man?
I just think I have a better feel of how to manage the game and how the speed of the game is different. I got to make quick decisions. Sometimes I was making too quick of decisions, getting the ball out of my hands too quickly, worried about the rush. So I think the more practice I get, the more time I get in the games, I'll get a better feel and be more confident and have a better poise.
How about that, like evaluating himself after the day that he dreamt about all his life? So he and Peyton lost their NFL debuts, so only Dad can say, you know what, guys? I did something you never did.
I won my NFL debut with the New Orleans Saints, although I think Peyton's won a few more games, and Eli certainly will. So as we look at Eli, man, how would we evaluate this, Tom?
Well, he's playing this week and next week.
They mellowed it out, right?
Yeah, the 2 toughest teams in football. You certainly narrowed down that playbook a little bit, but I think his assessment is correct. There's certain things as a rookie that he's going to see, and the game is moving awfully fast for him right now. Just some things to look at as he makes his first start. Jeremy Shockey at the bottom of the screen, he's going to be a weapon for him, and they're going to grow together. But just watch how he stares Shockey down. Makes a great pass here for the touchdown. But he's looking right at him. Defenders, as the weeks go on, will be saying, follow his eyes to the football. So that's something he'll grow with, he'll get better at. Here he's looking at a situation where he thinks it's a 4-man rush. Then he's going to see the blitz package coming at him. He's going to think that he's got Amani Toomer open in this wide area. Instead, the end is dropping off and making a pick. Now look at the area he's looking at. He doesn't see the end coming off. So again, you're going to see defenses use every trick they can, things that he hasn't seen. The more he sees, the more he plays. The same thing will happen for Eli that happens for every quarterback. The game will begin to slow down, and that makes it easier for me to see things that are going on out in front of me.
And look, they got 5 and 4 out of Warner. Can they get 4 and 3 out of Manning? I mean, that's the big picture.
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah, you mentioned, Tom, they play Atlanta and Philly, the best 2 teams in the conference, both home games.
Right.
Can they get 5 and 4 plus 4
Just
and 3? What do you think?
Depends on how quickly he picks up the game. I think it's going to happen awfully quick for him because I think he has great pedigree.
Man, speaking of quick, Michael Vick, and now run this year for 640 yards.
Yeah, 115 passing, 104 rushing.
5th best single season rushing for a quarterback in a season
Already, and he's played just 10 games. When we return.
Game balls, dunks, passes, doinks, returns.
We'll be back.
NFL Primetime, presented by Miller Lite. Grab yourself a great-tasting low-carb Miller Lite. And in part by Nexium. Talk to your doctor about prescription Nexium.
Each week, ESPN